What the heck is going on here? Oh, that cat. Ah, Cooper. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is April and we're gonna go over the January TBR today because you know what, even though we're not very good at sticking with TBRs, we still like to make them. Literally like halfway through my TBR, I'm usually like, I want to read something else now. I'm not very good at sticking to plans, but we're gonna make them anyways. The first thing I want to announce is that I'm actually doing a read along with Crystal from Books Forever After. We are going to be reading Love Only Once. It's the first book in the Mallory Anderson series by Johanna Lindsey. She's read the series before, I think. I have not. I have never read a vintage historical romance, period. So I think this will be actually a lot of fun. We are going to be reading the book and then doing a live discussion over on her channel on YouTube on January 18th. And that is going to be at 6 p.m. I'm really excited for it. I have recently met Crystal and I think she's really cool. You should also follow her channel. And yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun. And if you want to read along with us, please do. So I have a little bit of, I kind of broke these books down into different sections. So first I have one arc that I really need to get to. That is One Duke Down by Anna Bennett. I don't really know anything about this book other than the cover is beautiful. It's like a girl with an orange dress. I think the first book was like Girls Before Earls or Earls Meet Girls or Earls and something. I didn't read it. I didn't read it yet. And I can't really find it. So I think we're just going to jump into this one. And hopefully I don't need to read the first one in order to get this one. You don't usually have to with historicals. But yeah, I'm really excited to read that one. It actually comes out, I think, the end of January or February. So I'll make sure to put the date on here when it actually comes out. Because it comes out very, very soon. There are several new releases that I want to read, but I think the one that I actually will get to is going to be The Duke Gets Even by Joanna Shoup. This one I have been dying for. It's the Duke of Lockwood's book with Nellie. I really want to find out what the heck is going on with these two and where they end up, and I think it'll be wonderful. I have loved this entire series. It's really good. It's a Gilded Age series, so rather than actually, I think this one, he's going to America, maybe? I could be wrong, but it is set a little bit later than historicals usually are, and I have just really loved it. So the next set of books that I want to read are actually going to be a crap load of fantasy romance and sci-fi romance. I am in the mood, and we're going to get to as many as we can this month just because I am also in the mood to just do nothing but read. So the first book I really want to read is actually one I've seen all over on YouTube, and it is called A Kingdom of Stars and Shadows by Holly Renee. Surprise, surprise, I don't know much about it, but I know it is fantasy romance. I know it's steamy, and I know it's fun. So that's all you really need to say for me to get to want to read that book. The next book, I actually almost took off my TBR completely because there's already 8 books and I get really intimidated when series have already have a bajillion books that I haven't caught up on. But I found all the audiobooks, so I think I'm just gonna go with it. It's called The Longing of Lone Wolves by Lana Petrosic. So all I know about this book is that there's a Fey guardian. He's some kind of wolf, I'm assuming, and there's some kind of curse and she needs to break it. She'll work with him to break it. Enough said. So the next book, I'm actually halfway through already. It's a very long audiobook, but I'm really liking it. It is Bloodmarked by Tracy Dion. The first book is Legendborn, and this was a YA book that I read last year that I really liked. The book is based on the legend of King Arthur. It's really great. It has a lot of action, a lot of magic. There's a magic school. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm really liking the second book too. I can't really say much about it, but yeah, I'm gonna finish it for sure. The next book on my list is actually another one that I found the audiobook for, and I've heard pretty good things about it. I think Jess from Peace Love Books really likes this book. It's called Praying for Rain, and it's by B.B. Easton. This is, I thought it was post-apocalyptic, but actually the world is going to end in 3 days. They know this, and the girl actually can't wait for it to end. And the guy is just trying to survive the ending of it. So they find each other and help each other out in some way. It sounds really good. I really love post-apocalyptic stories. I just read Haven by Claire Kent, and that one was so good. It was giving me all the Walking Dead vibes. So we'll see how this one turns out, because I think it could be very interesting. The next book on my list is actually one of these Carissa Broadbent books. I haven't quite decided yet. We'll see what I feel like I'm gonna be in the mood for. It is either going to be Daughter of No Worlds or The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I have heard really good things about both of these books. I have The Daughter of No Worlds in audiobook, but I have the other one in Kindle. So let me know which one I should read first, because I know they are two separate series from her, but I don't know, they both sound interesting. I'm gonna read them both at some point, but which one should I start with? Because I'm not too sure. In January, I really love to read sci-fi in this month, so I really want to get to some sci-fi operas or some sci-fi action or something space related that's not necessarily alien related, although I will read those as well. But the first book is The Blood Trials. It's by an author called N.E. Davenport. So I'll just read a little bit. It's a blend of fantasy and science fiction, and it's about a young Black woman who must survive deadly trials in a racist and misogynistic society to become an elite warrior. I don't know that I've heard a lot about this book, but I have heard that it's, again, pretty good, especially if you like sci-fi. This next one is one from my Kindle Unlimited haul type thing that I had. It's called Smoke and Mirror, and it's by Evie Kent. All I know is it's something to do with a king and a princess, and he maybe is a little violent. And all it says, it's 18 and over, and there's gore and violence. Gore, violence, and heat. A space opera with gore, violence, and heat. Sure. Let's give it a go. The next one is also from that Kindle Unlimited haul. It's called A Star Pilot's Fearless Rebel, and that one is by Ava Delaney and Vivi Clark. This one also, she is a smuggler, and she has to have some kind of mission involving her ex and like 4 other men, and they all have to work together, and possibly I think this is going to be a why choose romance as well, in space on a ship. Yes, I will read that. The last book on my TBR is called Hidden in the Stars, and this one is by Hazel Vale. This one just sounds like Titanic, but in space, so I just decided that sounded enough for me, and I wanted to read it. That's all the books that I have on my January TBR. I have a lot of reading to do, and I better get to it. If you have any of these on your list, let me know. Maybe we can read them together. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.